What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife? To leave his babes? His mansion and his titles in a place for whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and thus knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors, and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumors from what we fear, yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way we and move. I take my leave on you, but shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at its worst will cease, or else climb upward, to what they were before. My prettiest cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer? It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father is dead, and what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I need, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou wouldst never fear the net nor line, the pitfall nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds they are not yet set for. My father is not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how wilt thou do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy them to sell again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet in faith with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone who does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged who swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and the swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enow to beat the honest men and hang out them.
Now, God help thee, poor monkey, but how wilt thou do for a father?
If you were dead, you would weep for him. If you were not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkst.
Bless you, fair dame. I'm not to you known, though in your state of horror, I'm perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here. Hence, with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I'm too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelly, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm, but I remember now, I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, to do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up the womanly defense, to say I have done no harm? What are these faces? Where's your husband? I hope in no place so unsanctified, where such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor.
Thou liest, shaggered villain!
What, you egg? Young fry of treachery.
He has killed me, mother! Run away! I pray you! Well, more anon comes the king forth, I pray you.
Aye, sir, there are a crew of wretched souls that stay his cure. Their malady convinces the great essay of art, but at his touch, such sanctity hath heaven given his hand, they presently amend.
I thank you, doctor.
What's the disease he means?
'Tis called the evil, a most miraculous work in this good king, which often, since my here remain in England, I have seen him do. How he solicits heaven, himself best knows, but strangely visited people, all swollen and ulcerous, pitiful to the eye, the mere despair of surgery, he cures, hanging a golden stamp about their necks, put on with holy prayers. And 'tis spoken, to the succeeding royalty he leaves, the healing benediction with this strange virtue, he hath a heavenly gift of prophecy, and sundry blessings hang about his throne, that speak him full of grace.
See, who comes hither?
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
My dearest cousin, welcome thee.
I know him now. Good God, be times to remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, a man.
Stay in Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mothers, but our graves. Where nothing, but who knows nothing? It's once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend in the air are made, not marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's kneel. Is there scarce asked for who a good man's lives expires before the flowers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken?
Oh, relation, too nice and yet too true.
What is the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a niggard of your thoughts. How goest?
When I came hither to transport the tidings, which I have heavily borne, then there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather, for what I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight, to doff their dire distress.
Be it their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good seaward and 10,000 men, an older and a better soldier none that Christendom gives out.
What I could answer, this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be shouted in the desert air, and hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general thought? Or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, quickly let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, that shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered, to relate the manner whereon the quarry of these murdered deer, to add the deaths of you.
Merciful heaven! What man? Never pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words, the grief that does not speak whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break.
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
My wife?
I have said.
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, hell kite. All? All my pretty chickens in their dam. In one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. But I must also feel like a man. I cannot but remember such things were, that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on, and would not take their part? Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine. Fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes, and braggart with my tongue. But gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. From to front bring thou this fiend at Scotland, and myself. Within my sword's length set him. If he scape, heaven forgives him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the power above. Put on their instruments, receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.